Donald Trump is being exposed by a Democrat on live TV for the many crimes he's committed. I feel a little, what is even the word? I don't know if the word is bored by this, despondent, tired, exhausted, something, because it's just another day ending in Y where Donald Trump is breaking the law. He is now taking money from you and me and paying himself. And he is destroying things without recourse in multiple ways. So I'm going to show you this stuff because I think it's important. He wants us to be, he wants me, I don't think he wants me directly, but he wants us to be exhausted by it and to feel like there's nothing we can do to change it. And I don't think he's winning today, but I will say that I do find this to be a little demoralizing. That's how I feel. This is a little demoralizing. Seeing the White House torn up, knowing it's illegal. Hearing that Donald Trump is asking the government he runs to give him $280 million. I have clips of Republicans being asked about this. You're going to be shocked to learn that Congress is just acting like they don't even exist. What's the point of having a Congress right now when they are not a check on Donald Trump and his worst impulses? The best metaphor for all this is what's happening in the East Wing. This is the third day of the construction. Here, I mean, it's just, someone said here, if you're going to choose a metaphor for Trump's presidency, Trump destroying part of the White House to put up a ballroom for donor parties funded by billionaire bribes is pretty spot on. Yeah. As I said, Trump is demanding his own Justice Department to pay him $230 million for past cases. This is without precedent. Donald Trump is demanding that the Justice Department pay him $230 in compensation for the federal investigations into him that were totally legal and warranted, according to people familiar with the matter, who added that any settlement might ultimately be approved by senior department officials who defended him or those in his orbit. So imagine that. Imagine you're the CEO of a company. I actually don't even know, what is the analogy for this? I think this is without an analogy. It is without precedent. There is no analogy for this. The president of the United States is asking the government to give him money for something the government did to him, but should have happened because he broke multiple laws. The only thing is he won election again. So now he's in power. It's crazy. It's crazy. Here's what Chris Murphy said about all of this, the East Wing and everything else.
In the grand scheme of everything that is being done, and particularly in the context of these, what appear to all the world to me like extrajudicial killings, the knocking down the East Wing is not anywhere near as morally significant. But I wonder if you had the same, I've just encountered for myself and other people, there was really something visceral about those images that landed. I wonder if you or other colleagues or other people you're talking to have had that same reaction.
No, listen, there's a lot of history that has taken place in the East Wing, and it was just destroyed without any conversation in the American public, without any consent of Congress. It was absolutely illegal. And yeah, that visual is powerful because you are essentially watching the destruction of the rule of law happen as those walls come down. It is just a symbol about how cavalier he is about every single day acting in new and illegal ways. That's the story with the killings in the Caribbean as well. The president just doesn't believe that any law applies to him, that he can destroy federal property, that he can steal from American citizens, that he can kill with impunity, that he can throw anyone in jail. We are not living in a functional democracy any longer. It's not too late to save it, but it is just important to acknowledge that we aren't on the precipice of losing our democracy. We are losing it every single day. We are not a functional nation with a rule of law any longer, and those toppled walls in the East Wing are a pretty stark reminder of that.
And then Senators Cornyn and Cassidy were asked about the destruction of our government.
Well, it seems odd, and I think he's in the difficult position where he's asking for something that he would approve. I think it's terrible optics.
Do you have any issues with the $230 million ask that Trump had to the Justice Department for his legal bills?
I want to find out more about it because I don't know what the details are.
So the president had asked the Justice Department to pay for his legal bills with taxpayer money, $230 million. Are you okay with that?
You're telling me this right now, Manu. Can I kind of track it down? So before I comment, let me read that on my own. Okay.
How would you not know? How would you not? I am a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. You best believe if I worked in the Senate, I would wake up every morning and figure out what the hell is going on in this country. How do you not know that the President of the United States, this is one of the biggest stories of today. Unacceptable, unacceptable. That is your job. Imagine if you showed up to work and they said, "Hey, did you turn in that report I needed?" Well, actually, no. I need some more time to work through it. Let me just get it's of course. If you are at work, you do work. I don't know why we expect our politicians to expect so little out of them than we would expect a student. Unacceptable. I like saying that. It feels good. Unacceptable. I'm going to start saying that more. This is also unacceptable. Mike Johnson, this queer Christian.
I don't know the details about that.
I don't know the details about that. Are you freaking kidding me?
Read it. I didn't talk with him about that. I know that he believes he's owed that reimbursement. What I heard yesterday was if he receives it, he was going to consider giving it to charity. I mean, he doesn't need those proceeds, but we're for the rule of law. We're for what is just and right. And it's just absurd that, I mean, as has been noted here several times this morning, they attack him for everything he does. It doesn't matter what it is. This whole dust up about the White House, just by way of quick review, because I'm an amateur historian, you'll understand, the White House has been renovated many times over the years, you understand. I mean, it was built between 1792 and 1800, right? The British burned it down practically in 1814, and then they rebuilt it in the early 1820s. And ever since, like, we've had many presidents renovate and add things to the White House. Teddy Roosevelt built the whole...
Yeah, well, the difference is back then there was no legal process for renovating and changing the White House. Now there are legal processes for changing it. Processes that Donald Trump is just completely ignoring. Is that of any surprise? Of course not. But it's unacceptable. That feels really good. I don't know why that, out of every word I've ever said about what Republicans and Trump are doing, unacceptable, I just feel like it gives me the power. I've gotten my power back by being able to very plainly say that what's happening is unacceptable. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels good for today. I invite you to take it. And if you like this video, if you thought this video was acceptable, hit like. If you think it was really acceptable, then please subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Ta-ta.